world champion. We've already seen a two-time major winner, Daryl Gurney, a former world finalist in Jeff Smith, world finalist in Danny Noppert, Ian White, the Diamond, one of the top 10 in the world, and Scott Waite's a two-time Lakeside winner, but it's the three-time Lakeside champ, Glenn Durrant, who takes on Dirk van Duijvenbode. And I believe this is the first time that these two have crossed swords in professional darts. I think Glenn will be aware of Dirk, obviously, but I'm not sure he knows what it's like to be outside, contained in one of these booths alongside the big angry Dutchman. He is a force of nature. That doesn't count, so you get another go.
25. Glenn has won the bull and will throw first.
And it's a good job he did get another go. Bump of the fists, and off we go. First to 6, Duzzer and the Titan.
$58.
Played very well so far today. Dirk van Duijvenbode began the day with a 100 average and beat Willie Borland 6-2, and he followed up with a 6-3 win over Rapid Ricky Evans with a 99 average, but it's been very good from Glenn Durrant as well. Jan Dekker dispatched with a 99 average 6-4, and then a whitewash 95 of Martin Atkins brackets, Wigan, with 102.5. So both men averaging around about that 100 mark. And they've only lost 5 legs for Dirk, 4 legs for Glenn so far today. Now, this, let me just double check this for you because I need to get it right, 42. Is on board 12. So the winner of this faces the winner of board 11. And that 130 is the board where Jeff Smith is still part of the action. So it could be Jeff Smith against one of these two. We'll have to wait and see who emerges from that board. Oh, dear 66. Me. Glenn Durrant, perfect first start, tries to switch to the 18s, misses and hits the 1, tries to switch back and overcorrects, going into the 5.
57.
Dirk van Duijvenbode has a real opportunity to break the Duzzer throw, but this is where he's dangerous. In the 200s, can put in these great setup shots.
99.
Well, it's not bad, but it's probably not enough. Usually you kind of expect Duzzer to be hitting 2 big trebles in those situations.
57.
So the best he can do is leave a ton here. Can he spear one between those two? 100. He can. Does so very well. Will this opportunity be seized by the Dutchman? It will. It's a 17 darter, and it's a break of throw. Dirk gets one over on Duzzer, and, well, I don't even know what this is. Bit of a stretch, bit of a stare. Came through Q School, playing in Hildesheim. Dirk van Duijvenbode. He's a bit of a Q School boomerang, to be honest, is Dirk. Well, we have seen these little spells from him where he looks like he's playing, well, top quality stuff.
99.
Like a weekend where he's just bashing in 180s game after game after game, and he's gone on runs, but he's never made a PDC final.
45.
He's not even won on the development tour when he was playing that. We have seen him in quarterfinals before. In fact, I remember it would have been Wigan a couple of years ago. One weekend he had a quarterfinal last 16 run, back to back. That's the best sort of weekend he's had. But when he's been playing for as long as he has, I mean, he's had a tour card from 2016 until this year. Yes, he's lost it, but he's won it back immediately. He keeps coming back. And when we talk about how hard Q School is,
57.
The fact that Dirk keeps on coming back, it shows he's got something. He's not an also-ran, but he's just about unlocking it and finding ways to win in these long days and go deep into tournaments and getting himself into the big TV events. You know, he's never played at the World Grand Prix. He played at the Europeans.
140.
never even played at the Players' Championship finals, which is absolutely mad, isn't it? Particularly when they've expanded the field to 64. Good look at the ball.
105.
Yeah, sensible use there, because that leaves him on a 2-dart checkout. Potentially 2-dart, anyway.
140.
140 for Dirk. No double-double finish for Glenn. More conventional route
57.
of looking for the treble with his second dart after missing with the first.
39.
A missed opportunity for 2-0 for Dirk van Duijvenbode. Glenn Durrant living very, very dangerously in this one at the moment. But for breaking a break back. Double 10.
30.
Well, he's just not quite at it at the moment, Glenn, which is odd because his first 2 games he's been averaging around about the 100.
Shot.
Not convincing with the first 2, but the last one was good, and Dirk van Duijvenbode is a third of the way to victory. Neither man averaging 80 at the minute. Bizarre.
58.
We do have our first man through to the last 16. Michael van Gerwen, the world #1, has won his board. He's beaten Ryan Searle by 6 legs to 2 with a 98 average. MVG, the world #1, has not hit the afterburners yet today, but he has looked pretty efficient.
134.
Michael Smith and Darius Labanauskas playing their board final. The Lithuanian 2-1 up. Jamie Hughes.
134.
Tell you what, his mate from Tipton, Scott Baker, hit a 9-darter, then went out of the tournament. Jamie Hughes, forget about 9 darters, he's just winning games. He's 4-0 up on Jermaine Watamena, 2 legs away from the last 16. Steve West, 3-1 up on James Wade. Ross Smith continuing his good form, 2-0 up on Johnny Clayton. Keegan Brown, 2-0 up on Nathan Aspinall.
180.
As Dirk van Duijvenbode puts in a 180. That's his first. It's a great scoring leg from the Titan.
$140.
And this is for a second break of throw and a 3-0 lead.
Oh.
12-darter. Stomping down the hockey straight back towards Glenn Durrant to let him know that he's been broken.
$64.
So 3-0 and Glenn Durrant in all sorts of problems here. MVG would take on Jamie Hughes if Jamie Hughes can get the job done against Jermaine Watamena. If Watamena, who is 4-1 down, can turn it around, of course it'll be a clash of the 2 World Cup of Darts partners from last year for the Netherlands.
100.
Watamena versus Van Gerwen. Gabriel Clemens and Mike Kijvenhoven, who I've got no idea what Mike Kijvenhoven has done over the last 4 months, but he seems to have levelled up. Has he found, like, has he been given like
100.
a magic sword or an amulet or something for Christmas? Because he's just gone from being, you know, a decent player to a guy who's winning loads of games in the opening Pro Tour
83.
weekend. Jeff Smith and Danny Noppert, the pair that are
58.
duking it out for the right to face one of these two. And at the moment, quite frankly, Glenn Durrant is second best. The 3-time Lakeside champion is struggling to lay a glove on Dirk van Duijvenbode, who stomps past our camera. I don't think Dirk has ever done anything gently.
99.
Never done anything calm. It's all fast and angry and loud. You'll see his walk on.
95.
64 left. Does 100 points behind. Can he? Can he on the bull? Oh my word.
39.
very nearly the injection that he needed. But if this 64 goes, it might be endgame. Dozer will never, ever stop fighting. Okay, 21 scored, 43. So that leaves tops.
44.
He cannot spurn this. He cannot afford to spurn this opportunity. Double 4, last dart in hand.
17.
Well, Glenn Durrant just, where's it gone? Where's the form from the first 2 rounds gone? Jan Dekker and Martin Atkins, brackets, Wigan, sent packing as Dirk decides to split to leave double 4.
Game shot.
And Dirk makes the right decision because it is 4-0 in his first ever game against the 3-time champion of the world, former world master, PDC Newcomer of the Year 2019.
95.
A man who's won 2 of these ranking titles. He's only played 1 year of PDC darts. He's around about 20th in the world 58 rankings. But by the end of this year, it would not surprise you if Glenn Durrant was in the top 10. And yet Dirk van Duijvenbode is just better in this contest.
140.
At the moment, at any rate. Jamie Hughes a leg away from setting up a clash with Michael van Gerwen. He leads Jermaine Wattimena by 5 legs to 1. Steve West and James Wade level at 3 apiece. Nathan Aspinall has pulled it back to 2-2 with Keegan Brown. All of these scores on the Dart Connect system. tv.dartconnect.com. We are approaching the 4th round or last 16 of the tournament. The nitty-gritty.
'89.
Well, this is what Glenn Durrant wanted, a leg where he's got clear darts at a double. Dirk is back past 100. He's not safe by any means, but he's got to find a way into this game.
Game shot.
Is that a foothold? 57 checkout taken out in 2 darts. He'll be feeling a bit better. He is actually averaging 2 points more than Dirk van Duijvenbode. Unfortunately for him, he is 3 legs behind as Dirk van Duijvenbode once again makes use of the treble 19.
59.
Jamie Hughes has completed a 6-1 victory over Jermaine Wattimena. That gives us our first last 16 tie. The only 2 players through to the last 16 are MVG, the world #1, and the Czech Darts Open champion, Joza Jamie Hughes. They will go head to head for a place in the quarterfinals.
100.
I believe that we will be showing you the winner of Peter Wright versus Brendan Dolan. He's 1-0 to the world champion Peter Wright in that. And Adrian Lewis versus José de Sousa. 1-0 to the Portuguese man of scores in that.
81. '58.
Now, one of these trademark Glenn Durrant setup shots could turn the tide here.
'91.
It's just not quite there, is it? He has left a finish. That was #1 priority.
134.
Now that is one heck of a second prize for Dirk van Duijvenbode. Not going to take the 158 out. Give yourself 3 darts at a double when you return.
134.
Dirk van Duijvenbode for 5-1. And it's there straight away. The Dutchman, who's never been beyond the quarterfinals of a ranking event in PDC darts, is 1 leg away from beating the man who is currently sat on top of the Premier League.
135. 140.
'The other man who sits
49.
joint top of the table with Duzzert in the Premier League, Nathan Aspinall, actually trails 3-2 to Keegan Brown right now.
134.
It's just been more consistent from Dirk van Duijvenbode. Duzzert started this leg off with a 135.
139.
And that's another great visit, but the 49 in between could be costly, because Dirk is first to a finish. Could he close this out with the biggest checkout in the game?
$64.
60? No.
93.
But he's on a 2-dart checkout if there is a mistake from Duzzert. These are the checkouts that he loves. He thinks he's up there with the best in the world at taking them out, but he's not looked his usual self in this contest.
50.
Double 10. Well wide. But a great adjustment, and Dirk van Duijvenbode has dominated this contest with Duzzert. He shakes his hand and shakes his head because the 3-time world champion, the Premier League leader, is dumped out in his board final. Dirk van Duijvenbode, the Titan, will go through to face either Jeff Smith or Danny Noppert.